Hello, lovely community. Welcome back or welcome to those of you who are new to my channel. My name is Orlan, and today I'm going to take you in the fantastic world of phrasal verbs. But what are they? Do you know? Let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, keep watching because I'm going to give you first the definition, then the history and why they are so important in the English language. Then I will show you some examples and I'll finish with the example which inspired me this video. Are you ready? Steady? Let's get started now. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, phrasal verbs are part of what we call multi-word verbs, which include three categories: the phrasal verbs, the prepositional verbs, and the phrasal propositional verbs. All three categories share the same structure: one verb plus one particle or several particles. A particle is usually a word that adds extra meaning to the term that it is associated with. To summarize, a phrasal verb is one type of multi-word verb which means a combination of one verb plus a particle or several particles to create a new meaning different from the meaning of each part taken separately. I hope that makes sense. If not, let me know in the comment section below. So that's for the definition. Now, let's take each category one by one. The first one, a phrasal verb. So a phrasal verb would be a verb plus a particle, but this particle would be usually an adverb. And there would be an object, can be an object, but sometimes there's no object. But what's important to remember is that the verb can be separated from the adverb. For example, to take off. I can say, when I go home, I take off my shoes. Or when I go home, I take my shoes off. So you have the verb to take, then the particle off, and then the object shoes. In the first example, I take off my shoes. And the second example, the verb, the object, and the particle. I take my shoes off. Now, for the prepositional verb, it's one verb plus a preposition, and you cannot separate them. So the verb and the preposition stay together, and there's always an object afterward, after the preposition, such as listen to. You always say listen to something or to someone. You cannot say listen someone to or listen something to. Then the final one is phrasal prepositional verbs. This is one verb plus two particles, usually an adverb and a preposition and an object. Yeah, usually they would stay together also. The most common one, in my view, is look forward to. I look forward to meeting you. We look forward to this new event. Look, so your verb is look, and then the adverb would be forward and the preposition to. You will see this phrase a lot in formal and informal written communication. It's very polite. It's anticipating the pleasure of meeting or attending or doing something. Now, why are they so important, these phrasal verbs? Well, we have to look into the history of the English language, and we must remember that the English language is of Germanic origin. The first tribes that invaded Great Britain were the Angles and the Saxons, which gave us the term Anglo-Saxons, and they were from Germanic origin. And so they came up with a Germanic language that helped them creating the Old English, which was based on German grammar structure, which usually included adding extra letters and term at the end of existing words to create new words or to indicate the role of a word in a sentence or to alter the meaning of an existing word. And that gives you the phrasal verb, the origin of the phrasal verb. The other thing to remember is that Old English was used to describe everyday actions such as to wake up, to eat, to move, to go. All these verbs that are the verb that we would use a lot every day are from Germanic origin, and so are the prepositions that go with them. So that means that this structure is very deep in anchored deeply in the English language, and that's why it's so present and that so often used, because it's really a big part of the English language, and native English would just use it without even thinking. It's even though you often have two versions of one verb, you would have the phrasal verb, but you have the one word verb also. The phrasal verb often is preferred. So it's therefore good to know these phrasal verbs to get a better understanding of a language, and also for your own improvement. Using this phrasal verb make you sound like you're talking more like a native English speaker. One way to improve quicker your vocabulary is to look into this verb that are the most common verb that we use, and check all the phrasal verbs that are related to them. For example, we take the verb to go. Go to, go on, go off, go out. You have already all these phrasal verb just related to the verb go. So you have to learn just one verb and then remember the meaning of each phrasal verb according to the particle that you add to the original verb. So that's one way to improve your vocabulary. It's good to know that you can use phrasal verb in the formal language, but also informal. Usually it's used a lot in informal language, but it is also you will find quite a lot in business English, for example. And now we're gonna look at some precise example. So you have to call off, meaning to cancel an appointment or a meeting, to join in, to participate, meaning to participate, to deal with, meaning to manage something. Another example is to give up. Give on its own mean to share, to exchange, make a present, to make a gift. And up would be as opposed to down, so like make you think of to raise something, to something up, something at a high level. But together, to give up means to stop whatever you are doing, to stop doing it. So let's say that I've been explaining for ages phrasal verbs, but you don't seem to understand. Well, I hope it's not the case, but if it is, please let me know in the comment section, and I will make another video to clarify, but I hope it's not the case. But let's say that's, I've been spending 10 hours explaining phrasal verbs, but nobody understands what I mean. But now I have to keep going with the class, so I decide to move on. I have to take a decision to stop, even though I don't want to, I'm disappointed, etc. So that's to stop stop doing something, but to stop almost like against your will, to stop after having tried for a long time. And just 2 words to mean all of this. So you can see the power of phrasal verb. Like, there are really little terms put together, and they change the whole meaning and can bring lots of nuances that you can't necessarily express with just one word. I told you at the beginning that I created this video. I was inspired by one phrasal verb in particular. So now we're going to talk about this phrasal verb. Stay tuned. The phrasal verb that inspired me this video is actually the title of a song by Andra, Rise Up. I found it very appropriate for this time of the year where darkness seems to take over, and we might be thinking more of the tough moments, forgetting that we survived this difficult moment, and therefore we will survive the one to come. Rise up means to stay strong in the face of challenges. Rise up after every fall. We are in November. It's almost the end, but it's not the end. There's still December, and in December, joy comes back. So stay positive and keep pushing forward and going forward.
I'll rise up, I like the waves, I'll rise up. In spite of the ache, I will rise 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, I like the waves, we'll rise up. In spite of the ache, we'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. Rise up, rise up, rise
Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if this song resonates with you, and what did you think of the phrasal verb? Would you like to know more about it? And if so, please reach out. I left my detail in the description section. Let me know if you want to hear more about this particular topic or other topics related to the English language. I will be more than delighted to assist you. For now, I wish you a very good week. Mind yourself. Cheerio!